Hi, my name is Maricel Lopez. I am your second grade math virtual content specialist. Think of me as your teacher's helper. Today, we are going to learn how to draw arrays in different ways using Google Slides. Let's begin. In many of the lessons, your teacher will ask you to draw in Google Slides. You will see slides such as this one. In a previous video titled How to Draw in Google Slides Part 2, you learned how to create a table and create an array by drawing and inserting shapes into that table. If you missed that video, I am including it here so that you can click on it and watch it. In this video, we will learn how to cut larger shapes given to us in our lessons and make them into an array. We will also learn how to decompose an array into smaller arrays and write number bonds that represent those parts. The first thing you will have to do is open a blank Google Slides presentation by typing www.slides.google.com at the top of your web browser. If you have an iPad, you can download the Google Slides app to practice with me. Let's begin. In the previous videos, you have learned different ways to make arrays using Google Slides. In this example, we learned how to make an array using a table and then inserting shapes inside of the table to build our array of Bobby's tiles. We learned how to fill the cells from the table with a color from the paint can at the top to make an array. We also learned how to drag the tiles that are created for us to create an array that shows no gaps or overlays. Let's look at an example from today's lesson. Read the instructions with me. Follow the line tool instructions to construct a rectangle with 4 rows of 5. Show 4 rows of 5 in each row on the rectangle. 4 rows of 5 equals, write a repeated addition sentence to match. Well, we learned how to draw lines in Google Slides in a previous video, and we are going to draw a line to separate this shape into 4 rows. Follow with me. All right, insert, line, line. So remember, we're drawing rows. I drew one line. So now that my line is selected, because I see those 2 blue dots on the sides, I'm going to go back to the top where it says edit, copy, and then edit, paste. So there I have another line. Now I have 2 rows. Again, edit, paste. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. I'm going to move this down a little bit so they're a little bit equal. The next thing we are going to draw is lines going up and down, or vertical lines, to create 5 boxes in each row. So we're going to go back up to where it says insert, line. Then I'm going to draw my first line going from the top to the bottom. While it is still selected, again, I'm going to hit edit, copy, and edit, paste. Now I have another line, drag it where I need it, edit, paste, edit, paste. Now let me count and check. Let me see if I need any more lines. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. So I don't think I need more lines. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move them over a bit just to make it look a little bit more even. And there we go. I have an array with 4 rows of 5 boxes in each row. Other times, you will be asked to decompose a larger array into smaller arrays, just as seen here in this example. If you notice in step 1, there is an array made up of 3 rows of 4 tiles in each row. In step 2, this array was broken down into 2 smaller arrays of 3 rows and 2 tiles in each row. We can write a number bond to represent what is occurring in this array. So again, the array at the top was 3 rows of 4 tiles. Then it was decomposed or broken down into 2 smaller arrays consisting of 3 rows of 2 tiles and 3 rows of 2 tiles. Other times you will be asked to show the number bond using repeated addition. So the repeated addition sentence for the one up top, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12, 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6, 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. The number bonds that we are looking at right now represent the rows in the array. We are now going to create a number bond to represent the columns. Remember, the columns go up and down. All right, if we're looking at it by columns or up and down, the first array, the larger array, has 4 columns of 3 tiles. That can be shown as 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12. And then that array was broken down into 2 columns of 3 tiles. 3 plus 3 equals 6, and 3 plus 3 equals 6. Other times you will be asked to create an array and then break it apart. Let's read the instructions. Drag the square tiles to complete the steps below. Step 1, construct a rectangle with 5 columns of 3. Step 2, separate 3 columns of 3. All right, we just learned how to construct an array with square tiles, so let's do that first, since it is step 1. So I already constructed my array by dragging the tiles over one at a time. If you need more time to build your array, feel free to pause this video. I'm going to double check. Do I have 5 columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Do I have 3 tiles in each column? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Feel free to pause this video if needed and fix your array to look like mine. Okay, now I am ready for the next step. Let's do it together. We have to separate 3 columns of 3. So that means this part over here, 3 columns of 3. We are going to do this by copying and pasting the square tiles and dragging them down to create smaller arrays. Follow along with me. I am first going to create one smaller array of 3 columns of 3. So I have already selected one of my tiles from earlier, and I'm going to go to the top where it says Edit Copy, and then Edit Paste. This is my first square. Edit, paste. Edit, paste. So I have my first column. I created the first small array that they asked us to make, the 3 columns of 3. It is shown here. I did that by dragging the square tiles and copying and pasting them. I fast forwarded a little bit so that you could see it. Now, let's not forget about this part over here. We still have 2 columns that we need to bring down. That is still part of the larger array. All right, so now I have created the other part of this larger array. I've brought it down here. You can also feel free to insert lines to show. This larger array was decomposed into 2 smaller arrays. If you need more time, feel free to pause this video so that you can continue decomposing your array and make it look like mine. You did a great job today building and decomposing arrays in different ways using Google Slides. The more you practice building and decomposing arrays in Google Slides, the better you will be. You will also use the style that is most comfortable for you. Save your work from today to show it to your teacher. Until next time, bye-bye.